Hello, hello, hello. Russell of Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You know what today is, right? You know it's Tuesday. On air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. Today is show number 277. Now this is the monologue, so I'm, just want to make sure everything is set before I do the intro and get into the show. So let's just make sure that is what's going on. I should be live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. That's where I should be, but I'm waiting for a notification from Facebook from YouTube, and there it goes. As we speak, it just popped up. So if I'm live on YouTube, I must be live on everything else. So let me just make sure that the chat is open because I do welcome conversation. I do welcome engagement. I want people to chime in and say, hey, what's going on? Hey, I see you. I hear you. Something. Got a question? Whatever. I appreciate all the engagement and all that stuff. So feel free to do that. So once again, I'm Russell of Hotels. I do hotel site selection. I do brand awareness or assist hotels and DMOs, CVBs with brand awareness, letting people know that, yeah, I do exist, or this hotel does exist, this brand does exist, travel brands, all that kind of stuff. And then hotel site selection, what does that mean, Russell? Let me put my glasses on because something's not right. I'm seeing something and I shouldn't be seeing it. Hold on one second. Let me move that. Let me move that out of the way. Something is not right. Boom. There you go. So you probably didn't even know what I did. You probably didn't know what I did. Well, maybe you did because it still didn't do what I wanted. It still didn't do what I wanted it to do. Hold on one second. Let me just make sure. Okay. I think that's it. I think we're fixed now. I hope so. If not, I'll adjust it again. You don't know what I did, but I do, and that's all that matters. So the chat is open. That's all you need to know. Hey, this is I was at the Courtyard by Marriott Pasadena Old Town last week. It was last Thursday. They were having an open house, which is the coolest way to create some brand awareness. Sometimes we forget about the easiest, the simplest things to get people to come in, take a look at our hotel. We got to feed them a little bit, and you don't have to do anything to break the bank, but you want to feed people, snack or whatever. Maybe you have some signature cookies or a signature dessert or a signature dip or something like that. I remember what was it? They had this artichoke dip back when I was eating that kind of stuff, right? That was the Hilton. The Hilton in San Pedro had this signature artichoke dip that people would come from miles around to get it, right? So those are things that you should, if you're known for certain things, let people know, hey, we're going to be serving this, we're going to be serving that. But, it's all to get people to come and check out your brand, check out your hotel. Maybe you just did a renovation. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe you just maybe there's new staff. Maybe there's a new director of sales. Maybe there's a new general manager. Maybe there's new owners. Maybe there's new management company. Whatever it is, you want to introduce that to the company or to the community. And that's kind of what the Courtyard by Marriott Pasadena Old Town did. And I never had been to this hotel before, so it was just a great opportunity for me to go and check it out. The director of sales and marketing actually is a friend of mine. We used to work together some years ago. So, of course, I'm going to get the invite. So when I got the invite, I say, of course, I'm going to be there. I need to go check it out. So just an opportunity to, see my friend as well as see the hotel and, of course, and chat it up. My job is to create that brand awareness where hotels can't or they don't. I'm not saying they can't, but sometimes we look past some things, right? We don't say that, oh, maybe we should do this to create some brand awareness. Sometimes they're just so busy on other stuff, and which is fine, okay. But that's what I'm here to do: create some brand awareness. And once again, hotel site selection, where I assist companies and organizations with finding that right hotel for their group meeting, their retreat, their conference, their convention. Doesn't matter. 10 rooms is considered a group, but I've done 10 rooms to 650 rooms on a peak night. So it doesn't matter. 10 rooms or 1,000, it doesn't matter. Just add a zero to it. That's really all that matters, right? So that's kind of what I do. And, I'm a consultant. Been doing this stuff for 25, 30 years. Started off as a housekeeping manager back in the day and worked my way up to general manager. Before that, director of sales and marketing and all that kind of stuff. So 14 different hotels in the last 25 years. So my last hotel was the Sheraton Universal. I was the director of sales and marketing, and I think I left there 2017, 18, something like that. I think 2018, something like that. Somewhere around there. Anyway, so like I said, this is the monologue. I just want to make sure everything's right, and I think everything is right. So the comments are open. I'm not as fuzzy as I was before. Not as fuzzy. So I'm going to put you on hold for a second. You're going to hear the intro, and then we're going to come back, and start the show. Show number 277. Once again, I'm Russell of Hotels. The show is called On Air with Russell of Hotels. Live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, and live on Facebook. So I'll put you on hold, and then we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Welcome to On Air with Russell of Hotels, where we talk about everything hospitality, from hotels to influencers and everything in between. We will feature guest interviews with hospitality professionals who will share their experiences. Your host, Russell Edmond, has spent over 25 years in the hospitality industry, beginning his career with Marriott International in hotel operations, before moving into the sales arena and becoming a relationship-building director of sales and marketing. Russell then went to the other side as a hospitality entrepreneur. He now consults in the hotel and meeting space, which includes being the CEO of Russell of Hotels Group. Did I mention he was a veggie foodie? Yes, Russell is always looking for good non-meat eats. Please welcome your host, Russell Edmond.
Hey. Thank you again for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show. Today is show number 277, and it is Tuesday, November 19th, and it's 1:08. So, yeah, this show starts I try to be prompt at 1 o'clock. Sometimes, I get to pushing buttons, and sometimes they don't work. But anyway, it comes on at 1 o'clock, goes for about roughly about an hour, maybe a little less. In fact, I kind of streamlined some things. So last week, I think it was like 40 minutes, something like that. So today may be around there as well, because I don't want to lose people. So, I started condensing things in order to kind of get all information out, and maybe got rid of a couple of things that I used to talk about or used to say or whatever. But I got an hour. Okay. So I'm just saying, it was last week, it was 40 minutes. Now today may be an hour. I don't know, but we'll see. It just depends on, how winded I am, or meaning, how much I want to talk. Okay. That's basically what that means. But anyway, so once again, live hospitality talk show, talk about anything hospitality, everything hospitality, the good, the bad, the ugly, mostly good. But, sometimes I'll tell you, just like in the industry, hospitality industry, there can be some stuff happening. There can be some stuff going on. I don't work on property anymore, but I'm on properties a lot, if that makes sense. So as a, independent, hospitality, whatever, entrepreneur, hospitality, content creator, hotel site selection, getting content for a show like this. I mean, I'm in a lot of properties. I don't have to necessarily have to work on property to be on property, right? So I'm in and out all the time, just like the Courtyard, Pasadena Old Town. Now, the official name is Courtyard by Marriott, okay? But you'll see I abbreviated as we go on the different scenes. It just says Courtyard Marriott. But the official name is Courtyard by Marriott, Pasadena Old Town. So make sure if you're interested in this hotel, you throw in that Pasadena Old Town, because I think there's another Courtyard in Pasadena that's not in Old Town. It's just Courtyard Pasadena. So always make sure you know the name of the brand. And that's why I always tell people, okay, there's two Courtyards, one's on one side of town, one's on the other side. You want to make sure that you distinguish yourself from that other brand, because there are two different brands, right? Although you're both Courtyards, one is whatever on the other side of Pasadena, and one is in Old Town Pasadena. So just make sure you know to distinguish, each brand, okay? Because they're all different. They're all marketed different. They could be different owners, different management companies, definitely different, employees there. And what separates one hotel from the other, because they all got beds, they all got a restaurant, okay, are the people. The thing that separates one hotel from the next are the people, okay? Maybe you resonate more with the people at Old Town than you do at the other people at the other Courtyard. You know what I mean? So, and that's how people buy where they're comfortable. People buy where, they're welcome. People buy where someone is actively maybe pursuing them. Okay. That's how it works. Right. So there you go. So you got to be out there. You got to create that brand awareness. So if you're the Courtyard by Marriott Pasadena Old Town, you have to create that brand awareness. Let people know that, hey, there is another Courtyard here, but we're the best Courtyard. Okay, we're Old Town. So there you go. So just thought I'd throw that out there just for the people in the back of the room that needed to hear that, because there's always somebody in the back of the room that needs to hear stuff. So anyway, let's move forward. But anyway, like I said, the comment is open, so feel free to make your comments as I'm talking. Hopefully I can see them. I know I would see them on YouTube, so maybe LinkedIn too. But anyway, just make your comments, and if I don't see them now, I'll see them later. So one thing that I do, I always showcase a hotel, right? I'm talking about the Courtyard by Marriott Pasadena Old Town, so that's the hotel I'm showcasing today. And these are the metrics or the specifics of the hotel. So 314 guest rooms, 5,548 square feet of meeting space. 2000 it was built, the year 2000 it was built. The last renovation was 2023. So that was last year, not even a year old yet, the renovation. So that's a good time to do like an open house, right? So within a year, within 12 months of doing this major renovation, you want to show it off, right? You want people to know that, yeah, we just, spend $20 million on a renovation, and it looks different than it did before or whatever. So that's why you want to do open houses or, rebranding parties or whatever the heck you want to call them. You just want to make sure you do that. Maybe I used to try to do these things quarterly, okay, when I was a director or general manager. You could, because you're trying to reach new people as well, right? Especially with new renovation comes new people that maybe weren't interested before because maybe they didn't like the hotel. It wasn't renovated. Now that it's renovated, maybe it's new ownership. Maybe there's new, directors of sales. Maybe there's a new general manager, front office, whatever. There's just new people there, new energy. And sometimes that's enough to kickstart your brand, for people to like, hey, I'm interested in that hotel now. Hey, I didn't realize they had meeting space there. I just thought they had rooms. They redid the bar. I didn't know they had a bar. They serve breakfast there. I didn't know that. So those are the things you can introduce or reintroduce to a community maybe you didn't even know existed. So those are the reasons why you do an open house or something like that. So there you go. So once again, 314 guest rooms. So it's a good sized Courtyard, right? 5,500 square feet. And I want to say there's probably about I'm going to say about 5 meeting rooms, separate meeting rooms, something like that. Various sizes, of course. I know there's one that seats like 80 people. I can't remember all the specifics of it, but for smaller groups, 25, 50 people, I say it's ideal for that. Okay, so there you go. There you go. There's a meeting space right here. See, that's set up like rounds of, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe rounds of 5, something like that. So that's the meeting space. So you can take a look, kind of firsthand, like, oh my God. And this is just last week, right? So this is what it looks like now. This was just literally last Thursday, not even a week ago. So it looks just like this. So it hasn't changed, right? So when you get there, it's not going to be something different. Like, I went there and it was all red. The carpet was red. No. This is it. This is the new and improved Courtyard Marriott Pasadena Old Town. Okay, so there you go. So that's my job, just to show these new things. So my blog. I'm going to talk about the blog, but the lobby is set up for, it's set up for people to congregate and to network and all that. And that's typical of any Marriott property these days. When they do that new renovation, no matter what hotel it is, they want that communal space. They want people to congregate. So this is in a lobby right here, right? And that's like 8 seats, like 10 seats, kind of like a boardroom, but it's right in the middle of the lobby. So they want people to congregate and network and all that and connect and all that stuff. So that's basically why if you ever went to any Marriott property and you see like a lot of you can connect, you can do this, meaning connect as in you can plug up your phone, you can plug up your laptop. You see a lot of people working from the lobby area, things like that. So that's what I look for as well, right? I look first of all, I look for that free Wi-Fi. Okay, so I'm going to be there. So I'll office out of the day. And one thing that I noticed when I was there, because I got there early, so I got there maybe a couple hours before their event started, just so I can get the lay of the land, so to speak. And there's a lot of people using that communal space for the same reasons that I just said. Networking, they could have been working with the same company. They could have been individual people, whatever. But you see people being connected. You see people working on their laptops. You see groups congregating together, discussing things. That's the whole premise of this lobby, of the new, the Marriott structure as far as lobbies are concerned. They want people in those lobbies because guess what? The more people in the lobby, the more likely they're going to go to the coffee bar or the real bar and buy something, right? A lot of the people are guests. Some people are not, but that's okay. They want that because they want to be able, it's all about the brand awareness, right? Now, the hotels have to take it to another level, right? But Marriott is structured it for that brand awareness to be there. But like I said, each hotel is operated basically independently. So you have, a different director of sales and marketing. You have a different general manager at every property. So it's up to them to make sure they take that a step further, that brand awareness, and keep people coming in. Make it inviting, keep it inviting for people to keep coming in. And you go to any Marriott property, I go downtown, this Pasadena one, maybe, at the airport, it's the same thing. They want people to be there. So for me to office out of a place, out of a hotel, that's right up my alley, right? Something like this. So, but I always make sure I don't take a lot of photos with people in them because, you don't want to intrude on people's, privacy and all that stuff as well. If I do take photos, it'd be from a distance. It wouldn't be this close where I'm like taking pictures of people unless I knew the people, right? So it just happened that there was no one at this table. This was after people had left. So anyway, so getting to the blog. Okay, so the topic for today, every topic that I talk about on either this show or my daily check-in, which comes on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the topics will be on my blog. So just go to my website, russellofhotels.com. The topic for today is already there. I'm going to get into that in a couple minutes. But everything I talk about is on the blog. So you don't have to take notes. You don't have to get a pen out, whatever. You'll see it on the blog, right? It's there permanently. It's not going anywhere. So just go check out the blog. Once again, russellofhotels.com, and you'll see it. Okay, that's the whole reason for the blog. The blog. Now, this is the bar. Okay, this is the bar. It's kind of futuristic, kind of cool, kind of schwanky. But hey, tomorrow, and just in case you forgot, tomorrow, live on LinkedIn, Cloud Beds Live, I'm going to be on there with Paula C. Paula C, right? Attracting group bookings, a winning blueprint for hotels. So I'm going to be a host. I'm going to be a guest on the show. Paula C is the host, right? So I'm going to be a guest on her show. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fire. It's going to be lit. So make sure you're there. It's 9 o'clock a.m. PST, meaning here in LA is 9 a.m. So I got to get up early. No, I'm already up. And I was just happy to be invited to come on. So I'm looking forward to being on the show with Paula C with Cloud Beds. Once again, tomorrow, 9 a.m. PST. Paula C is in Brazil. I'm here in California, so it's an international thing, right? It's gonna be that international vibe, and that's what it's all about. So I always say this, and I said this earlier because I did a live on Instagram, just kind of promoting that and just promoting Russell of Hotels, the show, and then that I'm gonna be a guest on Paula C's podcast tomorrow. I'm thankful. I'm always thankful that people will ask me to come on and do their podcast. I never turn anything down because you never know where things are going to take it from there. You never know who's watching. You never know who you're going to affect. Maybe, something positive, or you just never know who you're reaching, right? And you never know what other opportunities will open up because of that. So when you're serious about, putting your brand out there, you'll get, opportunities to go on and talk about, whatever, topic. Like tomorrow's going to be about group bookings, right? So I'm just happy that Policy asked me to come on and do that. And I look forward to that. And I don't turn down, I'm going to tell you this, I don't turn down any opportunities to speak. Okay, because you're reaching audiences maybe you didn't reach before. You're reaching somebody you didn't reach before, and you never know where that's going to lead. So I never take that stuff lightly, like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just too busy for that. No, I'll make time to do it because it's important. Not just important to me, but it's important to Policy. It's important to cloud beds that they invite people on to do certain things, or people that may have knowledge of whatever the topic is. So I do appreciate it. It's going to be fun, right? It's Policy, it's going to be fun. So, but no, it's good. So thank you so much, Policy. I appreciate it. I have to applaud Policy for asking me to come on. No, I applaud you. So no, it's going to be fun. I look forward to tomorrow morning. In fact, I'll be on early, like at 8:45. We'll do a sound and video check prior to going live because we want to make sure everything is tight. We want to make sure it's tight and lit and fire. All those adjectives together. Okay, so but anyway, that's tomorrow. Attracting group bookings, a winning blueprint for hotels. Live on LinkedIn, Cloud Beds Live with Russell and Paula C. So anyway, I don't know. Paula C somewhere like, really, Russell? Really? We're doing that today? So every day, or not every day, every show I have a topic, right? So today's topic, and this is the lobby again, and it's a different shot of the lobby. I think there's somebody behind me, right? Oh, hey, sir, what are you doing over there? So the topic for today is popular travel segment terms. Now, there's always some terms, right? People within the hospitality or hotel space, we always come up with these different terms, right? Like, what the heck did these mean? And where did these terms come from? I don't know where they come from, but I had to share some. So I had came up with 12. I want to say it's 12 of them. You'll see them in a minute. One was Bleisure. Okay, so Bleisure's a big thing, right? It was a big thing several years ago, and it's still a big thing now because people are just now discovering what it is, right? And these are market segments within hotels. So it's part of the travel, but there can be market segments that hotels and DMOs are trying to increase bookings or increase awareness because they're different markets, right? So I'm not sure if you know this, but within the hotel space, everything is separated into different markets. So anyone that walks in the door with a reservation, you're already assigned a market segment. Okay, what are you? Why are you here? Is it corporate? Are you part of a group? Are you tour and travel? Are you Smurf or Affinity, whatever they call it these days? I mean, there's always market segments. So everybody's labeled. Before you walk in the door, you are labeled as a market segment, and you're coded within the system. You're coded as that. Okay, so these are kind of popular things that have popped up over the years, right? So yeah, it is 12. Okay. So popular and emerging travel segment terms. And some of these are trends as well, right? So I'm just going to go what I'm going to do. I'm not going to necessarily go through all of these, meaning give you definitions of all of them, because I actually did that yesterday. So if you want to go back and listen to the one from yesterday, I did the daily check-in. So actually, I introduced these yesterday on my daily check-in. So, but I'll tell you a couple of them, right? The ones that are my favorites, of course. And let me just, why is my thing not working? Let's see. Oh, okay. I don't know what the heck happened there, but I was, just so you know, I was doing my iPad is next to me and it wasn't opening. You know what I mean? It was like I had to put a code in there. I'm like, why do I have to put a code in there? I'm Russell. I don't have to put a code in there. It's mine. Okay, but anyway. So, okay, number one is Bleisure. Bleisure. What is Bleisure? Okay, well, hold on. Before I get to there, here are some popular and emerging terms in the travel and hospitality industry that are shaping trends. So some of these are trendy, right? And I guarantee you, anyone that's listening right now has not heard of all of these, because guess what? I didn't know all these existed. I'm like, what? What is set jetting? I know staycation. What about adventurecation? What? Whalecation? Slow travel. I want a place that's slow travel. Anyway, here are some popular emerging terms in the travel industry that are shaping trends. Did I say that already? Number one is Bleisure. Okay, so number one is Bleisure. The definition. Now, I'm not going to share all the definitions for all of them. If you want those definitions, just go to my website, go to russellofhotels.com, and then go to the blog section, hit that button, bing, and all these will just pop up, okay, with the definitions intact, okay? So I'm not going to go through all the definitions because that will take some time and I'll be over the 40 minutes. Not that I care about that, but I actually did it yesterday. So, but I'm going to go through a couple of them, of course. So Bleisure, the definition, a blend of business and leisure, referring to travelers who combine work trips with personal vacation time. An example, an employee attending a conference in Paris extends their stay over the weekend to explore the city. Trend impact. Hotels and destinations are creating packages that cater to work and play, such as offering co-working spaces alongside leisure amenities. So people are going to work, maybe they come in, and this is not just going overseas, this is local stuff too. So I'm going to work, I work for this company, and I'm traveling, right? So I'm going to San Francisco, let's just say that. And from Monday through Thursday, I'm there working. So that's work, that's business. But I'm going to stay there over the weekend, so I'm not leaving until Sunday. So Friday, Saturday, check out Sunday, those days are devoted to leisure. Put those together, bing, you got Bleisure. Okay, so that's where that came from. And I don't know, and hotels should, by now, they should have this, right? A different market segment for the Bleisure people. But you have to ask people, why are they there? This is why some hotels miscode things. They say, "Oh, we got a heavy," or we're not getting enough. Corporate is down. I guarantee you, corporate, it may be down, but it may not be down as much as people think it is, because I think a lot of people are being miscoded. Remember, I said before you walk in that door, you're assigned a market segment. You're in a market segment, whether you want it to be or not. You're in a market segment. Okay. So I think they're being miscoded. And I think that people aren't asking the right questions. Like, why are you here? Like, what brings you to town? I mean, there's different ways you can ask that. Well, hey, what brings you to our hotel? Like, welcome, sir. What brings you to our hotel? Well, I'm here for this. I'm here for that. I'm working, doing whatever down the street from Monday through Thursday. And then I'm going to extend it, to the weekend because I want to check out some things. This is my first time here. Boom. There you go. That should automatically go from being just a corporate person, or maybe they put it as leisure, to if you had the market segment for Bleisure, you would do that, right? Or if you can code it twice, or if you can change the code on Friday. And some hotels were doing that. I don't know if they do it now, but they'll say, okay, well, he's corporate for these days, and then he's leisure for those days, right? And then that way you have an accurate account of what they are, because at the end of the year, you're looking at all these market segments and you're saying, well, this market segment did this. Well, last year we did $1 million in this market segment. Now we only did 500,000, right? So, which means that, we're not, over the budget or whatever. Well, you could be if it was coded correctly. So I'm not sure how hotels are coding things these days, but some of these things, if there's a lot of bleisure coming into your hotel, well, shouldn't there be a market segment for that? Then that way you can capture that and you can see that, okay, well, maybe corporate is not down. Corporate is maybe the same as it was last year, but some of that was miscoded and some of that is going to the bleisure market now. I mean, those are things that, that have to happen. In those meetings that you have to have meetings, those are things need to be discussed. And I don't know what's going on because I'm not on property. And you know what? I haven't asked that question either. So maybe I should ask someone that question like, hey, do you guys have a separate code or, market segment for bleisure? I don't know. Let's just see. Anyway, the next one is Workcation. I guess I never heard of that. A trip where individuals work remotely while also representing the perks of a vacation destination. Okay. I'm not going to go through all these and the definitions. Number 3, slow travel. Now, I'm going to go through that one because I never heard of that one, right? Slow travel. Okay. Definition of slow travel. A focus on spending more time in fewer destinations to immerse oneself in local culture and reduce travel stress. Example of that, spending a month in Tuscany, living like a local, rather than rushing through multiple European cities in 1 week. Okay. The trend impact encourages destinations to offer longer stay packages and emphasize authentic cultural experiences. So yeah, there's someone that's coming there, but instead of rushing through, I want to see as many, countries or many cities or destinations in Europe as I can. I want to do it slow. I want to get the local experience. I want to slow travel. I want to slow travel. I don't want to go and see all of Europe in 1 week. So those are different terms. Like I said, these are different terms I didn't know, but remember those terms are on the blog. So go check out my blog, russellofhotels.com. Sustainable travel. Okay, we all know sustainable travel that minimizes negative environmental and social impacts while supporting local economies and cultures. Love that. Example, staying at eco-friendly accommodations or participating in conservation-focused tours. That's a good one. Okay, regenerative travel. Just a definition for you. Goes beyond sustainability by aiming to leave a destination better than it was before the traveler arrived. That's a good one because a lot of times we go to destinations and we leave them worse than where we found them, right? We go and we party, we do all this stuff, we just wreak havoc and then we get the hell out of there. I'm not saying everyone does, but I got internet too. I got IG. I see the heck what's going on, what some people do in some of these destinations because they're posting about it and they're not leaving it the same way they left. They're not, giving. I mean, they may they may stay on the resort or whatever, but sometimes sometimes we got to leave the resort and see, how everyone else is living. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. That's what we do. And I'm not saying I travel perfect and this is the way we're supposed to be done. But, you go to some countries that may be third world countries. And all areas aren't the picture perfect areas. Okay. And sometimes, we identify certain areas of that country that we're going to or that city, that destination, and we leave things behind, or we pack extra bags just to take, if it's like candy, if it's clothes, if it's like things that are needed in certain areas that they don't have, it's okay to bring that stuff and leave it there. Okay. Bring an extra bag and leave it there. We've been to like a school. We were looking for an orphanage, but it was like a school that was, underprivileged kids and things like that. And, I didn't know about this regenerative travel, but I know that I don't want to go to an area and leave it worse than when I came in. Right. So that's the whole purpose for that. Just think about these things. I mean, you ain't got to do anything. These are just suggestions. It's something that I have done. But yeah, sustainable travel is cool. Regenerative travel is even cooler. Okay, number 6, set jetting. Now, I know jet setting, but set jetting? In fact, I know Jet Set Jeanette. Hey, what's up, Jet Set Jeanette? Okay, so what is set jetting? Because I guarantee you have not heard of this, right? Definition of set jetting: traveling to destinations featured in popular movies or TV shows. What? Like The Amazing Race and all that stuff. You want to go, or let's see what else. Like where Game of Thrones was, filmed. You want to go there and check those out and kind of experience that. That's set jetting. Things that you have seen in movies or on the internet or IG or whatever the heck, and you want to go and experience that. Like, oh my God, that is so cool. Let me go check that out. So that's what set jetting is, and I guarantee you did not know that. Okay, I said that. Example: visiting Iceland to see filming locations of Game of Thrones. Boom. Okay. Trend impact: locations used in major productions are leveraging this trend by offering themed tours and experiences. There you go. So why not take advantage of that? So if you're near like a theme park or something like that, right off of the theme. If the theme park is right next to you, like say I used to work at the Sheraton at Universal, which is right next to Universal Studios. We could have had like theme things based on that, right? To get people to come in. Maybe there's some, Harry Potter. Maybe we have a Harry Potter room or whatever. I don't know. I'm just using that as an example. But those are things that you can, kind of ride off of their coattails. They've already done it. So why not just promote it in a different way where you get more people to come and check it out? That's what set jetting is. Number 7, staycation. We already know staycation, all I ever wanted. Staycation, have to get away. So we already know what that is. 8, adventurecation, a trip that combines leisure travel and adventurous activities like hiking, kayaking, and rock climbing. Okay, I like that. Little adventure. Number 9, transformation travel. What is that one? A type of travel aimed at personal growth, self-discovery, and meaningful experiences. Okay. Being one with oneself, that's what that is. So number 10, Workcation. It's the same song, but I'm just changing the name. Workation, all I ever wanted. Definition: a vacation centered around health, wellness, and rejuvenation. Okay, I like that. My favorite. Number 11, foodie travel. Okay, go get your non-meat eats on. I'm just going to all non-meat eats destinations, right? Vegan destinations. I'm staying at vegan hotels. I'm eating at vegan restaurants. I'm doing that. That's my foodie travel. Okay, so definition of that: travel focused on exploring local cuisines, food festivals, and culinary experiences. Doesn't that sound great? Example: visiting Tuscany. I don't know why I got Tuscany as all these different examples. Visiting Tuscany for wine and cheese tastings, or taking a cooking class in Thailand. That sounds dope. Okay. Trend impact: destinations are creating food-centric itineraries to attract culinary enthusiasts. Now, several years ago, I went on a trip to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and part of one of the excursions that we did, I think you had an option to do it or not. We went to this, I don't know if there's a culinary institute or maybe it was a restaurant that wasn't open on that particular day. It was closed for us. Yeah, that's what it was. Well, we made tamales, right? So that's part of their culture in Santa Fe, right? Making tamales. Man, it was so much fun. So, some people, it's a whole process. You soak the husk and you separate them, and then the masa. I think the masa was already made. And I didn't know that traditionally masa is made with vegetable shortening, not like lard or anything like that. It's made with vegetable shortening. So in theory, tamales, the masa is vegan. So I'm like, what? Really? So he goes, now some of them do put, is made with, a mixture of lard and, lard shortening, right? Shortening with lard or whatever. Non-meat, it's not non-meat eats, right? But traditionally, no, is made with vegetable shortening, the masa. So I was like, this is cool. So I got an option to, put vegetables in the tamales that I was making, and we would steam them, we'd do all that, and then we would, taste the finished product. So that was kind of a foodie travel. I was just in New Orleans not too long ago, maybe about a month ago, and did the kind of same thing. I mean, it was on our own, right? But I wanted to make sure that I could eat as a vegan, or non-meat eats, as I call it, in New Orleans, but traditional food, right? And I was able to find, your red beans and rice, your gumbo, your jambalaya, beignets that are vegan. Okay, that was the highlight. They eat like 10 beignets that are all vegan. I was like, all I needed was some almond milk, and I didn't have it. They didn't sell it at this place. I'm like, why don't you sell almond milk here? Come on. But anyway, no, it was good. But so foodie travel, of course, would be my favorite one, right? And the last one is digital nomad travel. Now, I know several people that are digital nomads. They don't live anywhere. They just basically, they travel from location to location. They work out of there. They live. They immerse themselves in that culture temporarily, and they move on to another destination. I know people that live in Mexico, Colombia, Africa. I mean, they just move around and just get entrenched in that community, and then a year later they're going somewhere else. So but anyway, the definition of that: long-term travel by individuals who work remotely from different locations around the world. Example: a software developer spending 6 months working from co-working spaces in Bali, Lisbon, and Mexico City. Trend impact: destinations and hotels are offering digital nomad visas, co-working amenities, and community building activities. So if you're interested in that, you can just look up because there's a lot, like Colombia has, different kind of work visas or digital nomad. Like say you're a day trader or whatever. They have different visas for people like that you can go over there on, for a certain amount of time and do your thing, but you're doing it over there. And a lot of these places, their Wi-Fi is set up just like it's set up here. So it's not a big deal. It's just that you just have to immerse yourself in the culture and what's going on and all that stuff. So, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. In fact, I have this other friend she says she's interested in doing that. She does hotel site selection like I do. And she's like, I was thinking about going to Colombia. I'm like, okay, I see you. Do your thing, girl. So, so there you go. These terms highlight how travel is diversifying to meet changing customer preferences and lifestyles, offering new opportunities for hotels, CVBs, DMOs, and other industry stakeholders to innovate and cater to niche markets. So, these are all different markets. They're out there. Are we identifying these as being viable markets that are, changing? Everything's not corporate anymore. Maybe they're different things, but we have to ask those questions. We have to stop in at the front desk. Boom. Wait a minute. I got this questionnaire for you, or however they need to do it. But we need to start asking more questions. Then that way we'll have a better idea of who is actually staying in our hotel. Is it the traditional leisure? Is it the traditional corporate business people that are staying there? Or is it digital nomads? Or are they there because they're doing some foodie travel? Or is it workcation or slow travel? I mean, all these different terms that I guarantee you everybody that's ever going to watch this, everyone has not heard of all 12 of these. I probably only heard of maybe 6 of them. Okay, maybe. So, but anyway, not saying that, I'm the end all be all, but I'm just saying most people haven't heard of all these. Okay, so I don't think anybody has. But anyway, that's just me. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Boom, let's move on. Who's hiring? Where am I at? 145. Okay. We're almost done. Don't worry. Who's hiring? Luskin Conference Center and Event Center at UCLA, on the campus of UCLA. They're looking for a conference and events manager. A hotel in Huntington Beach. It didn't tell me exactly which hotel it was. You got to go to searchwide.com and figure that out. But they're looking for a senior sales manager at a Huntington Beach hotel. And these in the greater Los Angeles area. And then the last one, my favorite, a chief sales officer for LA Tourism and Convention Board. Okay. Once again, LA Tourism, let me move that up over here. LA Tourism is looking for a chief sales officer. Okay, that position, I think I mentioned it last week. It's still open. It's going to be a while before they find. Because they're looking for that right person, right? Looking for that person that's going to bring the fire, going to bring the thunder. So yeah. So that's what's going on. So any of these positions, the chief sales officer, that's located on searchwide.com, as well as the senior sales manager at the Huntington Beach Hotel. Go searchwide.com for that. The Luskin Conference Center position, go to indeed.com for that one. Okay. So in fact, Indeed, and they need to be writing me a check, now that I think about it. Now that's just something that Russell of Hotels does, because I know there's people out there that look for jobs and maybe they don't look on certain platforms, or maybe they didn't see it. They don't look at it every day. Right. And I just look at it. And these positions generally are no longer than a week old, other than the chief sales officer with LA. Okay. With LA Tourism. That has been up there maybe 2 weeks. But they're looking for the right person. It's still open. The position has not been filled yet. So go and apply, okay? Tell them Russell of Hotels sent you. Tell them Russell of Hotels sent you. So remember, this show On Air with Russell of Hotels is every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, okay? So that's just a reminder. Every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Of course, next show will be 278. This is 277. So it's always a reminder, right? And once again, this is a guest room at the Courtyard Marriott Pasadena Old Town. So the beds look so comfortable. I'm like, wow, that looks good. And the rooms are spacious. I mean, there's a desk over here. The TV's over on this wall over here. Oh, this way. Oh, no, that way. Okay. So, yeah, very nice rooms. They did a great job on the renovation. I must say so myself. Consistency. So one thing about me, I'm consistent. So when I always say this to people that are trying to create some brand awareness, because I want people to utilize me to create that brand awareness for them. And one thing that a lot of people miss out on is being consistent. Okay. They're not as consistent as they should be. No one's going to outwork me when it comes to doing what I do, this daily check-in, or the On Air with Russell of Hotels, or the impromptu lives that I do on Instagram. No one's going to outwork me when it comes to that stuff, right? So, but it comes with consistency. It doesn't just come, I just wake up one day and all this stuff just fell into place. No, you have to be consistent. This is a full-time job. Marketing myself is a full-time job, just like marketing a hotel should be a full-time job for you, right? But if you're not doing it, it's not doing you any good. It's not doing your brand any good. Okay, so it has to be consistent. So that's why I put that up there and just says, all it says is consistency and a picture of me on air with Russell of Hotels. 277 shows and counting, right? I talk about countless hotels. As you can see, I've been showing hotel brands throughout, every time I do a show, a daily check-in, or On Air with Russell of Hotels. I'm always showcasing a hotel. Today it happened to be what? The Courtyard by Marriott, Pasadena Old Town. Okay, so for the last 48 minutes, I've been talking about, or I've been showing that particular hotel. And that's consistency. Okay. Every week or 5 days a week, I'm showing something. 5 days a week of consistency. That's what it's all about. Okay. And like I said, no brand is going to outwork me when it comes to that, because I have committed to doing it, and you can't not commit and do 277 shows. Okay. And that's just On Air with Russell of Hotels. What about the other show, the Daily Check-In? That's not 277. That's in the thousands at this point, because it's 4 days a week, and I've been doing it for going on 2 years now. You do the math. Do the math. So anyway, so this is it, right? So I told you it was almost done. So any questions at all? I am a resource for the hospitality industry. So any questions at all, please feel free to email me. Can you see that? Yeah, I guess maybe so. Russell, my email is russell@russellofhotels.com, and my website is russellofhotels.com. So just email me with your questions, your concerns, all that stuff. I'm accessible, right? I'm 100% accessible. Non-meat eats vegan castle sushi. Yeah. My brother was here. We went to the football game. That's right. I forgot about that. Went to the football game, the Chargers and Bengals game, which was on Sunday night. But before that, on Saturday night, we went to Vegan Castle, which is a vegan sushi spot in Long Beach, right? And I took him there for the first. He's not vegan, okay, but he enjoyed it, right? So you don't have to be vegan to try and to enjoy stuff, right? It's different. It has the same. It may not have necessarily the same exact taste as the sushi that we're all used to, but it's consistent, right? It's maybe the consistency of the food when you chew it is the same thing, right? It's almost tastes the same. To me, I don't miss anything. So that was one of the things that I was concerned about when I went from eating meat to being non-meat eats is sushi, because I love spicy tuna. That was the thing that I love. And when I found this place, Vegan Castle, which is in Long Beach, that was the first thing I ordered. And oh my God, the consistency of it is just like spicy tuna. The real spicy tuna that you have, real tuna. It's spicy, and that's all I want. That's all I need. And it's rice. It has the paper. It's exactly the same thing. It's just that it has some vegan components to it, but it's definitely good. And that's my brother. He just said it. He said non-meat eats vegan castle sushi. He wouldn't say that if he didn't like that. All right. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, Stacy, for coming on and saying that. But yeah. So in fact, if if you're in LA, you want some good places to go, let me know. Hit me up, text me, email me. My phone number is on my website, so russellofhotels.com. If you're looking for, I have like a list of like 60 restaurants in LA, in the greater LA area, that are non-meat eats. Either they're 100% non-meat eats, or they have a huge selection of non-meat eats. I mean, any kind of genre of food. Is that a good genre of food? Is that? I know you use genre from music, but you get what I'm saying. So from sushi, Indian food, soul food, New Orleans cuisine, whatever the heck it is, Chinese, all that stuff, whatever. Just ask me. Burgers. You guys heard of Mr. Charlie's? Mr. Charlie's. Have you heard of Mr. Charlie's? It's like a vegan McDonald's. Okay, it's only one. I want to say it's one in LA. It's on La Brea. Okay, almost to like mid-city LA area on your way to Hollywood. So you be on La Brea. You be going, say, from the 10 freeway. You be going north. Okay, you go north from the 10 freeway. And it's on the right side if you're going north. And it's called Mr. Charlie's. It's a vegan McDonald's. You know how McDonald's has Happy Meals? They have Frowny Meals. It's the funniest thing. The same colors as McDonald's, the red and the yellow. They don't have the golden arches. But if you drive by it, you'd be like, that's an interesting color scheme, right? And then if you find out that it's a knockoff of a McDonald's, but it's all vegan, 100% vegan. Fries taste like. Now, did you know this? Real quick before I get off of here, McDonald's fries are not vegan because in their salt they have like beef flavoring or something like that. So it's not vegan. Okay, so just in case you thought, why can't you eat the McDonald's fries? There's vegan French fries. There's potatoes, for God's sake. No. It's what they do to the French fries. So once they put all that salt on there, there's beef flavoring, and it's no longer vegan at that point. So, but you go to Mr. Charlie's, and of course, everything is completely vegan. But the fries taste just like the McDonald's fries. The burgers taste like the burgers at McDonald's. In fact, they put just the same amount, like the pickles and the onion, the same kind of onion, same kind of pickle. It's all the same. It's just that it's all vegan. So if you haven't heard of it, Mr. Charlie's, once again, if you're in LA, it's on La Brea. This is just a good place to go. So I told my brother, I said, next time he's here, we got to go to Mr. Charlie's. So there you I don't know why I keep laughing when I say that. Somebody knows why I'm laughing. But anyway, that is it. So thank you so much. I appreciate the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. It's show number 2. This is show number 277. So just make sure. Oh, I didn't mention this. If you want just the audio, just a traditional podcast, you can listen to that. You can go to podbean.com and just type in On Air with Russell of Hotels, and that show should, and then my platform should come up, and just select the show you want to listen to. Or you can go to my website and russellofhotels.com, go to the podcast button, hit that, and all the shows that I've done will be there as well. So there you go. That is it. You guys have a great day. Thank you again for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. And I forgot, I gotta let Cheryl take us out. So you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for the daily check-in. Peace.
Thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. Please tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. as we talk to other hospitality professionals. Your feedback is important to Russell. Feel free to email him at russell@russellofhotels.com with any questions or suggestions. Until next time, try not to be a person of success, rather become a person of great value.